Do you ever think about
I think
why is red the colour for recording where you'd think it should be green?
no, red is like. Are we
Red's
on?
like, stop.
Are we on?
I'm not recording, yeah.
I wanted to start off this.
About talking about why red is the colour for recording.
So, welcome back to the Seek Strength. Welcome back to Seek Stand, long form podcast, shit talk, which may or may not touch on subjects usually spoken about on the channel. If there's anything on the screen, which there never is and there won't ever be, I'll let you know. But generally, this is just you listen to this bad boy. No mid-roll ads, because we couldn't do that to you.
No.
We couldn't put the mid-rolls. Before and after ads, just watch them, lads. Just watch those ads, okay? Our CPM's gone up a lot, actually. How much money we make per ad.
Oh, yeah.
So it tells you that advertisers chose to spend more on ads that are featuring on your channel, but I don't think users... Do advertisers specify our channel? I don't know that.
No, I don't think so. I don't think you can.
Our channel. I cursed in that flag, you know, where I said about the don't be a GIMP.
Yeah.
And it just...
Immediately no views.
The views after like an hour, like 100 views. Where
it's incredibly hard not to curse when every third word out of my mouth is something terrible.
Yeah, I just curse non-stop. I remember this only happened like twice in our entire YouTube history on Instagram. Someone was like, could you not curse? I really like watching the channel, but it's just not safe for work. And someone was like, it happened both times. Someone was like, they make free videos for you and you have the audacity to tell them what you think they should do.
It's so strange. Cursing in Ireland is like just part of the culture.
Except for your mother.
Except, oh, sorry, if you curse in front of your mother, you're getting a beating. But it's so much part of the culture. And then you hang around with Americans, to be honest, are the only culture that I can say it generally about where pretty much everyone doesn't curse. Or it's like, oh my God, that's so aggressive.
I'm actually conscious when I'm talking to Americans to curse less because I know it's so jarring for a lot of Americans. Or the amount I say CUNT.
I say that word every 5 minutes all day. As I'm awake, that word comes out of my mouth every 5 minutes.
Remember we were in Korea and we were talking to We Lift Weights or Jang Ho.
Yeah.
We were at Django. We were trying to explain to him the use of the word CUNT basically. And it's not necessarily an insult. It could be a compliment where you'd be like, geez, you're a strong old cunt, aren't you? Or you'd be like, geez, you're a sound cunt. Like it doesn't mean you're an actual cunt. Although it could mean.
And that's the thing, you can still use it in the aggressive form as well. Where like, don't be such a fucking cunt.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean anything. They're just words. I don't get as well why America is the country that really pushes back against it. I get it if it was like England. They're like, don't abuse the Queen's English or the King's English at this point. Don't abuse the King's English like that, you know. Because swearing is just, you don't have sufficient vocabulary, so you use it in lieu of the correct word.
Do you know, on like Instagram and on YouTube, I feel like something in the last few months on some places, maybe Instagram specifically, I think we've talked about this a few times, where the amount of negativity that reaches the top is definitely something Instagram is pushing.
Yes.
I've seen a few videos where people get kaputted on Instagram, like stuff where, and some shorts as well. Sometimes it's blurred out or whatever, but people are dying or whatever, you know.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what the use of the word kaput was there.
When I went like this and kaput, what do you think that could possibly
I was looking out the window when you did this, the chopping at the neck action.
Like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to be desensitized to that stuff. Like, I want that stuff to be like, you can't be showing that shit on it. But
there's certain videos you really don't like me watching.
What ones?
The pigs being chased and caught by dogs.
Yeah.
You don't enjoy that. Who
enjoys that, Daire?
I don't enjoy... The sound is particularly jarring.
Yeah.
But...
Go on, do your contrarian thing.
I'll watch those videos all day long. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I get why people don't like that noise.
Yeah.
But there's something I can't not watch it.
Yeah, but you'll do this thing where people are like, what do you mean you don't like watching
that is a bit contrarian. I do understand it's deeply uncomfortable to listen to. It's wrong, like.
It shouldn't be.
It should disturb you, like.
But sometimes, to be fair though, I'll routinely have an opinion and I don't know where my own opinion actually starts and where my opinion for just wanting to annoy Daire ends. Sometimes I'll get so far into something.
We had a full-on disagreement last night about how to hold last week about how to hold a chef's knife. And in the end, I sent Garth a video of a professional chef doing something like doing veg prep. And I was like, clearly, pincer grip with a full chef's knife is how you should do it. And Griff just turned around and was like, I actually have no idea what my opinion is. I just know I was disagreeing with you.
There's so many things hours I don't even.
This is how toxic the work environment is. Like,
I don't know what my opinion is on so many things anymore, because as soon as Daire takes an opinion, I'll immediately take the opposite, and I'll routinely just be like, "Yeah, that's." And sometimes I'll worm my way out of it, like with that cutting one, you know. What I finished the argument with was I was actually talking about a different knife, a Japanese knife, where you were talking about Western knives, you know. I didn't even know how it started. I don't even care how you hold a knife, but I just didn't want to agree with you.
do you know how that started?
Yeah.
I was doing like air guitar, but air slicing vegetables when I was talking about making dinner. And you're like, that's not how you hold a fucking knife. And I was like, that's how you hold a fucking knife. And you're like, no, it's not. You just started that out of nowhere for no reason. You're in pain because you're trying to squat a lot, and I'm now somehow the fucking pin cushion for your.
No, I'm always like this. That's not true. Don't blame this. Don't bring the squats into this now. This has nothing to do with the squatting.
At least we're mean to each other though, and not mean to random people we don't know in YouTube comments
or Instagram.
or
You know
Instagram
what though?
comments.
Most of the vast majority of our comments on Instagram, my Instagram, Seek Strength Instagram, YouTube are incredibly positive.
And some funny fuckers in those comments too.
Very thoughtful.
Yeah.
What always gets me is that we get so few negative comments that most of the negative comments are from repeat viewers. And I'll start to remember them. I'll have a little catalogue. I couldn't tell you their name.
Rolodex.
But you know the way everyone saw that sentence, you know, where it's like the first and last letter of the sentence was something that was the shape of the word, and all the letters are there, but your brain just filled it in.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you exactly what their usernames and images are, but I know them as soon as I see them.
Yeah.
And one fella, the most recent comment, made a particularly like vicious, like a very precise attack on both of us on the news show.
Yes.
And I was like...
Very weird attack as well.
Very weird attack, yeah. Really...
Sorry, attack is such a wrong word, but like...
I was meant as attack.
Schneid comment.
But other countries don't know how to actually insult people.
Yeah.
Maybe Australians kind of do.
Aussies definitely do.
Aussies the only other countries.
Kiwis are as well.
They get out to insult.
Kiwis can get that knife in under the ribs, you know.
Yeah. People think like insulting something... You've got to know what makes an Irish person.
God,
you have to understand, like...
You have to understand what really is like the thread dangling from their very being and just pulling at that thread, you know.
One of our mutual friends, a very angry man who looks like Santa, has been searching for something on me, but he hasn't got it yet. And remember, he was saying something to you, and you were like, "Will this work?" And you're like, "That's not the thread to pull, unfortunately."
That he was gonna something about being ginger or being small.
Yeah.
And I was like, neither of those things will get you. Like,
no, you're keep trying, you'll get it eventually. But
he'll get there. He'll hit the mark eventually.
He's got patience.
Yeah.
But the YouTube commenter, I was like, geez, I really recognize this name. And you can actually, if you are the owner of the YouTube channel, you can check how many comments they've left. This particular individual had left just under 100 comments. Most of them negative. Most are on a particular subject.
Most of them.
Don't say they've...
Most of them supporting one thing.
Yes, it's so consistent.
Crazy. How does somebody comment? Like, that leads me to believe that this is some sort of state agent who is... That's his job, is just to put comments about this particular thing.
That's nearly 100 times. So that's years of work.
I'd love to see if on other S&C or particularly weightlifting related channels, is that particular user commenting?
Yeah, I've seen him.
Have you?
Yeah.
Same
kind of vibe. Same. No, no, but I don't think this person is a paid actor.
Okay.
I think this person is just particularly negative.
Just a douchebag.
Yeah. Like, we're big on this thing. It's a thing we always kind of did, but even bigger, more so as the particular trend of social media has gotten a bit more negative, you know, is be kind to the athletes.
Yeah.
Never call out another coach.
Yeah.
And really big on that.
We don't have many rules, but they tend to be it.
Yeah.
It's like you don't understand the context. Don't talk shit about athletes as much as you can. There'll always, like, we're commenting or reacting to things. There'll always be certain things where we'll give our opinion on it. But most of the time, like, there's a lot of reaction videos we get suggested that we'll never ever do a reaction on.
Yeah.
Like a lot of athletes training that we're never going to do a reaction to.
Mm-hmm.
People send us particular coaches, everyone will know by name, that can you react to their training or what you think of their methods? We'll never do a reaction to, because it's just not right.
But only positive,
Yeah.
spins. Like there's a lot of times where you see things where it's like really terrible, and even if it's terrible and we do bring it up, we try to be as positive about it as possible.
Yeah.
And very often you see is something that we learned early on is that a lot of the times those athletes and coaches actually see our videos, which you don't want them feeling bad about something that's as I don't want to say unserious as training, but as like you don't want someone hurting over your thoughts on training.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's happened so often.
Yeah.
It happens on nearly every one we do now.
Yeah.
Like the Anna Carroll one, the thrower. Remember we did the other week? She was doing the hang power clean with the double bounce. And actually that's a good point, is that unbeknownst to us, we actually did take a jab at another coach. We didn't realize, just thought it was a random Instagrammer, rarely look at their profilers.
Yeah.
And it turns out it actually was a weightlifting coach who made a super dumb comment.
Super dumb.
And Anna actually commented on our thing and was like, oh, that's me. Thanks so much for the video or whatever.
Yeah.
Very routinely, the athletes will DM us, big and small.
And it's so cool as well. It's so cool to think that that kind of reaches out there, that people see it. And I think when people comment on things, they'll just shoot a comment off, being like, oh, I'm just shooting this out into the fitness sphere. They never think about that athlete's getting a ping in their pocket. And they're like, oh, douchebag with douchebag commented on your thing. Wonder what they said. Like, oh, why is this person on whatever,
Yeah.
It's really short-term thinking.
I'd be so disappointed if I knew you were leaving some of those comments.
God.
Imagine if I just came across a random video and it was like D Fits or Fits Daire and was just like, could you drop the squats and get back to playing rugby or something? Can you imagine if
Oh my God.
that would be almost as bad as knowing you were sending dick pic to girls?
What's half of 5? Because that's how many reps you did.
Oh my God.
you know
Any
what?
full squats in the video?
Yeah. Oh my God.
I would almost disband the company.
But you
It'd be
should.
It'd be that serious.
You absolutely should. Imagine if I found out you were a little internet troll.
Oh my God.
Imagine that.
Yasmin did tell me though you were sending those photos for her in wearing your pantyhose. She said if you could stop that would be great.
We were talking to Yasmin. We were just like, the weird DMs we get.
Yeah.
Imagine the weird DMs she gets. And she was saying, what is it? Somebody sends her pictures wearing just pantyhose.
This guy. Fully
This
naked
guy, sorry.
otherwise.
Just wearing like tights.
Yeah.
Fully naked besides the tights.
She said she gets about 5 an hour.
That is
I think that's what she said.
lunacy.
Yeah, I actually wanted to look at them because the lads like, you should definitely look through them. She's like, the lads said you could spend an hour looking through her Instagram
Oh my God.
requests. I wished I had time. I just didn't have time any day. Next time I would need to have a look.
So she does keyword banning, doesn't she? If like certain
Yes.
words pop up in the thing. I'd love as a thought exercise to do keyword banning on our account. what you'd ban in the comments.
I get a lot of homosexual. That's the most politically correct way of saying it.
You get
Not
a
a
lot
lot,
of you
but a
get a
few.
lot of what are the equivalent of cat calls over the internet.
They're funny. They're just funny. They are not.
It is funny.
There is men who are homosexuals.
Yeah.
Who are gay. Gay feels less of a slur. Homosexual feels like a slur for some reason in saying it. But there's lads who it's in their profile. I've looked.
Yes.
Who have been on me for years. We've got years of DMs. There's not many, but there's a few.
Not literally on you.
Oh no,
Like
they wanna.
yeah, on the internet they're on you.
Yeah, they're
They're
consistently.
there every time.
But the good thing is, the more people react to your story, the more Instagram shows to other people. So I'm kind of like, it's all
Okay.
for the rhythm,
All for the rhythm.
It all gets the algorithm going,
That rhythm and blues.
Do you have any?
Nope. Thank God. My Instagram.
Sometimes they're a bit aggressive.
Are they?
They're like, you know what you're doing. No, someone said that.
You know what you're doing. to
Someone
me.
have said that. Like, yeah.
What?
But what's so funny is that for me, it's like there is nothing any other man could try and do to me. Like realistically, there's nothing you
It's
could
so
do.
different. It's utterly different.
Yeah, whereas like I assume for people like Yaz and every other girl, it's just immune.
Yeah, you never know who's going to show up outside the gym randomly.
Yeah.
Like we've had things where people just randomly show up outside where we're staying, or like as we're walking to get food when there's a training camp on, and that's pretty weird. I'm not following you. Okay.
Yeah, but imagine how much it happens to like Clarence, or used to happen.
Yeah,
So he's a recluse now.
absolutely. You could see how you would go that way as well.
But
If you were as the amount of like just normal, what you might call lay people who don't do weightlifting, who know who Clarence Kennedy is absolutely lunacy.
I could see he hates it especially, but he hates any of those kind of things. He doesn't love
He doesn't like doing seminars or anything like that.
No, but
I could see Clarence having full on actual stalkers.
I think he does. He must do.
He definitely does.
I wonder what his DMs are like.
I shudder to think.
Wonder what someone like Joe Rogan's DMs are like. Like, I imagine he has to have a different version of the Instagram app. Gary Vee was saying he gets like a couple of thousand every hour, a couple of thousand DMs.
What?
People asking for advice or telling him like, thank you so much for your advice and this is what happened. Or
I just listened to this morning like a 15-minute podcast clip of Shane Gillis tearing Gary Vee apart.
what was he saying?
It was so funny because Gary Vee is all about like quit your job, sleep in your car, like whatever, And he's like, yeah, Gary, that's great. I have a mortgage and 4 kids. I'm going to quit my job and sleep in my car. Thanks for that. He's a comedian and he goes off on him and it's hilarious.
Gary Vee gets a bad rap for...
I don't like him.
He gets taken out of context a lot, to be honest.
He does get taken out of context. But also when you put that much content out there, you're always going to get taken out of context.
Yeah.
So it's the same as us putting out a load of videos. There's always going... Like, the more videos you put out, the more risk there is of something you say sounding dumb.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. Obviously, Gary puts out a load of really good stuff and a load of really good information. But some of it is just like cotton candy to a comedian.
Yeah, he has a lot of talking points and flashpoints that he brings up, and he does. He has a lot of things where I can see if you're a comedian would.
Some of it's comedy gold. Like,
yeah, so.
Like Gary Vee is to entrepreneurs what Donald Trump was to presidents when you look at comedic value.
He's actually making a comeback there if he doesn't go to jail, so you'd want to watch your dirty whore mouth.
I'm already banned from the US.
Don't talk about D-Trizzle like that. Your boy Kelsey, what's his name? What's Taylor Swift's? I feel like this is the first time you've ever been ahead of pop culture. What's Taylor Swift's? Kelsey?
Travis Kelsey.
Travis Kelsey. You were a couple of months ago watching his podcast with his brother.
Yeah, it's a great podcast.
And the mustache stuck in my mind.
Yes.
And then shortly after, the T-Swizzle and Travis thing came up.
You see, that's a big intersection in my Venn diagrams because T-Swizzle is my favourite female artist.
Female pop artist or just female artist in general?
Just female artists in general.
Florence and the Machine is my number one.
You do love Florence, to be fair. You're long term.
Day 0.
You're
day 1.
What do they call? Are they like machinists or something?
Pretentious, I think, is the word.
No.
That's the word you're looking for.
What do they call Florence and Machines fans?
Never heard of it. Saw her live this year. She didn't see me.
I'd say she's phenomenal live.
She has no idea that there's someone in her shed squatting an enormous weight listening to her music. She just has no idea. She's supported more than Glenn has this whole entire training block.
Wait now.
Go on.
As you're saying this,
yeah,
my last training block,
Glenn,
Lost Dog Street Band, phenomenal.
Who?
The Lost Dog Street Band.
Never heard of them.
Green Eyed Girl. You've definitely heard of them. We've definitely played them in the office before. Guy with a neck tattoo.
No. Professor Green.
No.
50 Cent.
I'm pretty sure it was Lost Dog Street Band. One of the lads commented on my Instagram, being like, so cool to hear our song being played in someone's shed as they're squatting.
No way.
Yeah, I'm going to find that on Instagram.
Are they a small band or a big band? Or?
They're pretty big. Sorry, pretty big for like an alt country.
Are they Irish?
No, US.
And they comment on your thing?
Yeah. I'm going to find that.
Could you imagine?
It mightn't have been like Lost Dog Street Band, but it's definitely someone of that caliber.
Have you heard Amble, that Lonely Island song?
Yes.
That's very good.
I love how that song sounds. Mm-hmm. The problem with that song for me is the lyrical content of it isn't there, you know? Like, there's no story to follow. How that sounds, the music that's in it, the timbre and the temper of the song, great. The voice, phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Just the words piece.
I love the words.
For it to be like...
You'd love to be on your own on an island.
I'd love it. But no, it's not so much
Sheep farming.
It's not love sheep
With a
farming.
knitted jumper.
My grandfather grew up a sheep farmer.
Yeah.
I'd love an Aran woolen jumper, but it's not so much that the topic of the song. The topic of the song is great. It's just the words.
Yeah,
It sounds like it was written by ChatGPT.
The song is so good though that the words don't even matter.
So good, yeah.
Kingfisher and other Irish bands that are kind of up and coming. I really like those.
You have a way of finding these things. Is it Spotify playlist?
I don't know, to be honest. I just find
Tell
them.
us your secrets.
I actually have no idea.
Tell the people how you find them.
I love good Irish musicians. I'm so supportive of them.
You love packets of biscuits for lunch and good Irish music.
Because the best of the best Irish singers are always amazing. I love it. Because culturally, music is really important in Ireland, as it is in many countries. But people come to Ireland to listen to trad music.
Yes.
And that's, to be honest, isn't really the most popular thing that gets pushed abroad, obviously. But there's a certain new genre of music young people are doing. Young being anyone under the age of 50, basically.
These young people.
You know.
It's anyone who's not looking like Luke Kelly.
Like Hosier, Dermot Kennedy, obviously two massive ones, famous worldwide. But like people like Amble, Kingfisher, Codaline, they're kind of gone now.
Are they gone?
I was only listening to Love Like This the other day.
What a great song. A lot of Irish bands have what they'd call broken the US.
Dermot Kennedy and Hosier.
Yeah, gone to the US and been successful.
Hosier is like, he's famous.
You two were the biggest band in the world.
I hate you two. I do not support you two. Take
Jesus Christ.
Wrap around Oakley's off.
I do not support you two. I do not. If you want to nail your colours to it.
Support you two.
I will not support you two.
How can I know where the bodies are buried?
I don't know what. I feel like we could be victims here of, this thing where
pretentious assholes.
Yeah, or where like, because it's mine, it's better. Where we're like Irish artists are just so good.
U2 is terrible. I hate them.
No, come on. I think Irish artists do well abroad, but also, I think there's definitely a little bit of bias there where we just know about the Irish ones, and everyone else is foreigner.
No, there's just like Kingfisher and Amber and Dermot Kennedy and Hosier. They're all...
Our Kingfisher and Amble surely aren't the same level as Dermot Kennedy or Hosier.
No. They're ditto stars, but they have similar kinds of music. There's a similar tone to their music that I really like.
Yes.
All kind of sad.
A similar voicing. Yeah.
There's this crustiness to most of their voice.
Yeah,
Except for
I
Hosier.
love that.
Hosier doesn't really that crusty, but he's so majestic music. Like it's amazing. But Dermot, there's that kind of that Limerick crustiness than the Kingfisher.
Is he from Limerick?
Dermot Kennedy's Limerick, I
Is
think.
he?
I'm pretty sure he is, yeah. He's...
certainly sounds like he could be.
What I don't like about Dermot Kennedy now is if you listen to him talk, he's gone very American.
Has he?
It's unfortunate.
I would have said Kildare.
I'm going to check there. But I thought he was from Limerick.
I'm not calling you out on this. I have no idea.
We don't see a lot of... We haven't seen any female singers in a while.
Not since Sinead.
Sinead, yeah. She's long time... she's a bit of a different genre, a different age, really.
Right, Garth. I have something to throw at you here.
Holy shit, go on.
You're going to listen to 3 songs for the rest of your life. Right?
Did you prepare trivia as well?
What?
I had a Harry Potter trivia prepared for you. 3 questions.
All right.
You love Harry Potter.
So, right, I want you to think about this.
Right.
3 songs.
Okay.
It's on like one of those little iPod shuffles in your pocket.
I know
it's not playing all the time, but anytime you want to listen to a song.
I was from Rathcoole in Dublin. Go on.
Okay, so I was so close to Kildare.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to listen to music, it has to be one of these 3 songs.
Right.
What are the songs? And why is Cod Liver Oil and the Orange Juice your first pick?
So I would pick Luke Kelly, The Hot Asphalt. I would pick Rise Again, The Dirt Whispered. And then I would pick Florence and the Machine, Cot.
Cot?
Yeah.
I probably recognise it, but I heard it. It's a hard question, though, because
No.
that's it. You're done.
I'm done.
I'm actually never going to listen
I've been
to
thinking
anything.
about this. I've been thinking about this. I'm glad you asked me. I've been thinking about this for a few months.
Yeah, I'd have to have a Christy Moore song in there.
I know you would, yeah.
it's so difficult because I love all of them. Mm-hmm. I definitely go for
Ordinary Man is probably the one.
I don't know, because Ordinary Man is a bit of a riser, you know.
Yeah, that's
like
what you
you're a
want.
boat addict. But
Yeah.
I'd probably pick something else as a riser. I'd probably pick Bees Wing.
That's intense.
Bees, say this is bucket A. In bucket A, I'd have Bees Wing or else Arthur McBride.
You have to pick there. You've given me a scenario
This
here
is
now,
so
and you
difficult.
can't even
I've painted myself into a corner.
paint yourself in the corner fast now.
My second
What's
genre,
your first? What's your first?
Bees Wing.
There, just pick him.
Bees Wing.
Name the second one now. Get to the
Second one,
fucking
bucket
point.
B,
Right.
is gonna be probably Zach Bryan.
Okay.
And probably something in the orange. I know. It's
All
so
right, you
mainstream.
basic
It's
bitch.
his main
Are
song.
you at pre-drinks with the girls now or what?
The gals? Pranks.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing pranks.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say something in the orange by Zach.
Do you miss him?
I miss him all the time.
Yeah. I'd probably pick Revival, Motorcycle Drive-By, or Dawns. I like
Dawns is a fucking belter.
You
Dawns
told
would
me-
be my number 2.
you told me you didn't even like Dawns.
Said, no,
Yeah.
that's not what I said.
Go on.
It's so funny because they get to hear all the intricacies of our fights every day in the office.
Yeah.
You said Dawns is his best song, and
Yeah.
I just said no.
Now the fact that,
That
you
was-
like Dawns means I probably don't even like it anymore. I'm not sure.
And then my third song
Yeah.
is gonna have to be Fisherman's Blues.
Oh,
By the Waterboys.
such a good song. Yeah.
That's you can do everything to Fisherman's Blues.
That's you sure can. Right, you prepared for your trivia. We haven't done trivia in ages.
This is so exciting.
They're not crazy.
Okay,
They're not crazy.
Is it 3 different questions?
It's 3 Harry Potter questions.
Okay,
Because I know.
I'm gonna fucking nail this.
Right. One of the students died at the end of the Goblet of Fire. What was his first name? Give me his full name, I'll be impressed. But his first name.
Cedric Diggory.
Yes! Well done. Ding, 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 ding.
I feel like I should buzz in.
Okay. Right. What is the name of Harry's position on the Quidditch team?
Seeker.
Dingo. 2. Okay, last one.
I'm fucking nailing these. I will say I'm a long-term Harry Potter fan.
You are surprisingly a long-term Harry Potter fan.
I tried to get. There's a Harry Potter Broadway show
Mm-hmm.
that's 7 hours long.
What?
So you buy a ticket for the first half and a ticket for the second half.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could conceivably do it on separate days,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a little lunchtime break. So you go in there at like 3 o'clock. I think you get out at 6:30. You have a break for an hour, and that's like 7:30 to 11. Something crazy like that. It might be 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 hours long.
Okay, this last one's a toughie, right?
Okay.
In the Goblet of Fire,
Yes.
Mad Eye Moody was played by another character, or he was as a character was disguised as Mad Eye Moody. What was the character's name? And you'll notice as soon as you hear it.
He took the polyjuice potion.
Yeah, Polyjuice Ocean. That's right. You'll as soon as you hear it. Just people, lads, leave in the comments if you know, and just let you know because you're better than there.
What is this? I'm gonna know this the second.
Will I give you initials?
Yes.
B first name, C for second name.
I don't know.
Barty Crouch.
Fuck.
Yeah, you were too confident the first one. Yeah, I was like, there was a.
Barty Crouch is so hard.
Do you know there was a Father Ted quiz before I went in college, and I thought I've watched a lot of Father
Yeah.
Ted. I went to 3 other people who I didn't realize were absolute Father Tedites. They were
there's
in deep.
Yeah.
It started off.
Teddy's.
The first question was, "What is Mrs. Doyle's first name?" I was like,
Sorry, what?
just sculling pints of cider. I realized I shut.
What
the fuck.
is her first name?
Joan?
Yeah, it makes sense.
There was crazy amounts of questions were crazy, and my team was smashing them out of the
but
park.
that's a deep cut.
I was like,
Good.
by fight number 5, I was like, oh, this
I
is...
am of no use. I was of no use at the start, and I am of least use now.
But it was like 5 rounds of 10 questions, and it was just like, poof, poof, poof.
Did I ever tell you?
I've
that-
never felt so useless in my life. I felt
Really?
like I was
Or
holding
were
this-
they on the ball, or were they?
Oh, they were
looking
on the
to you?
ball.
They were on the ball. Yeah.
But all the teams were on the ball. People were dressed up, Father
Yeah.
Ted stuff. And like, I felt like I was holding the torch for...
There's a Father Ted festival every year.
Where's that on?
I don't know. Do they go out to one of the islands?
Are you a forerunner at that?
No, I wish I was. Imagine the session that is.
Jesus, I would say, I bet there's a lot of weird sex going on there.
Yeah, there's loads of weird nun outfits and stuff.
Yeah, there
Because
definitely
people
is.
go dressed up as priests and nuns.
Yeah,
It's kind of fucking weird, really.
people do. Is it?
People do.
Yeah.
I went to the Father Ted house a few years ago.
Oh, in Clare?
Yeah.
Can you go in still?
No.
That is gone.
It's weirdly enough, it's just somebody's house.
But you used to be able to book a tea and scone time.
No way.
You used to pay for it. It cost like a tenner or something. We
This it was just like somebody's washing on the line.
we were going to go one time in college because it wasn't super far. It was around like study week.
Yeah.
But then we just couldn't afford it, to be honest. It was like
Yeah.
a 2-hour round trip maybe.
Yeah.
And it would cost like a tenner or something per person. And we were like, no one can afford €10 for a scone and a
Yeah.
cup of tea. So the idea
That's
of a
for
scratch.
yolks and
A great
nuggets.
regret of mine, to be honest.
It's class. It looks exactly like Father Ted's house.
Yolks are cheaper than that.
It's Father Ted is a cultural cornerstone of Irish people.
One of again in college, one of my friends'
Yeah.
partners was
Is this like a friend?
American,
Okay.
and she hated it. She said it made her feel really uncomfortable.
What?
I get it. I understand. I don't.
Uncomfortable is such a strange emotion.
No,
to be.
I understand what she means. So I understand why it could make you feel uncomfortable.
How?
I could imagine it being
Because of like
watching Revenant. No, not Revenant. What's the one in the 80s where they go out into the hillbillies? The dueling banjos is in
Yeah.
it. Redemption?
no.
Revenant.
Stop saying words because all of them are wrong and they're confusing me.
Dueling banjos movie.
Oh my god, what's it called?
Dueling banjos.
Thank God. We need a Jamie.
We do. Get Paddy to do it.
What's
Dueling banjos movie.
yeah?
It's
Squeal like a bear.
Deliverance. I knew it
Deliverance.
was a single word. It's close enough.
Revival.
Oh, night revival. That's
Anyway,
yeah. Go on.
how do you get that vibe from it?
I could see that's how the vibe she probably got from it.
Really?
I think so.
She was worried she'd get stuck on an island with a load of priests.
No, but I could see. I get what she means. I didn't get that vibe,
Yeah.
but I understand how you can get the vibe from it. You know,
Yeah.
same way watching pigs getting
Yes.
hunted. You know,
Because there's something wrong with your brain.
I would say there's something normal about my brain.
I'm very excited
Where for what?
for getting back into some training.
Are you?
Yeah.
What
I
kind of?
promised my missus I'm not doing 5-minute mile and 500-pound squat again though, so I'm just
She already
starting a-
knows though.
starting a little training block.
Does she used to watch? She watched. Does Africa watch the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Be all good though.
Why are you excited? What's a bit of structure in your life?
Bit of structure again. Bit
Yeah.
of drive for something, you know?
But you were training hard. You are training hard for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Was it the 8 course of antibiotics that really made you think?
8 courses, yeah.
What's your plan with jiu-jitsu? What do you think? Play it by ear?
Keep going same amount.
Yeah.
Monday evening, Tuesday morning, Thursday morning, Friday evening.
That won't be sustainable.
Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. I'm going to keep going with that until March, until the track sessions start.
Yeah, that'll be sustainable.
Yeah.
But when you're in the training proper,
When I'm in the training proper, I'll really have to play it by ear.
Mm-hmm.
I think morning classes are so doable.
I got really far into this training block before I had to.
You did, yeah.
So at the start, for most of it, I had 3 sessions of jiu-jitsu a week.
Yeah.
Came back from Japan, took it back to 2. And it was only the week I got sick, was it 3 weeks ago, that I had to drop it. And then the fatigue hit me like a bucket full of bricks with sand in the empty space where the
Like
bricks.
a wrecking ball.
Like Miley Cyrus, but Miley Cyrus wasn't on the ball, and the wrecking ball is powered by some kind of antimatter machine, and it smashed me into the chest and gave me heart palpitations. But that kind
I
of
thought
fatigue.
the heart palpitations were from severe obesity, no?
It was just from the clean. But I made it back jiu-jitsu this week, but my back and hips, I was doing some backwards rolls, you know, normally very
Yes.
agile. But when I landed, just one of my hips were just like
You're usually limber.
super limber.
Yeah.
But
The back roll is like a special move for you.
all rolls is
Yeah.
special rolls.
It's
I love.
bizarre.
Barambolas are bizarrely good.
As somebody who is non-rolly,
Yes.
it's weird to watch you do the rolls.
Why?
Because my spine doesn't bend.
Yeah.
Is the first piece. My neck doesn't move at all.
Yes.
And then I'm just way too long to be doing particularly back rolls. The only way I can do a back roll is basically imagine rolling a bowling pin over and getting it to flip back over on itself, but on its head. Because that's how usually you'd like tuck your head to the side, but I just go dun, dun, over the top.
You know, we would only gloat over being better at something trivial. Like, obviously, I would never be like, oh, I'm way stronger than you, whatever.
Yeah.
Or you'd never be like, I've shot way more deer than you or
Yeah.
something. But I wouldn't put back rolls in the trivial thing. Like, it's
No,
not.
you'll lord over.
No,
me
I
on the
won't.
back
I'm
row.
saying it's not fair because the back rolls are so like you can't possibly expect you to do that after years of rugby.
It just doesn't work.
It brought back your lump,
It did bring back my lump.
but you don't need the back roll. Is the great thing, you know.
Yeah, I also didn't need the lump, but thankfully the lump is back.
What was very impressive was the magic man that got rid of the lump.
That was crazy. Rocco, Racha Chacha,
Yeah,
Rocco Velas Valas,
the
who's
Greek
been
porn
on
star,
the the Greek hotness,
not actual porn star.
who's been on the channel before. Rocco, we were over in London doing a 7-hour training camp or something. Rocco was treating Gurf, and then I said, Rocco, I have this weird lump that comes out the back of my neck from playing rugby, and he was like when you're changing
Yes.
from normal 4-wheel drive to low gear 4-wheel drive in an old Land Rover Defender, and you have to like shimmy the steering a bit and pump the clutch a bit and put it in and then roll her back and and he just my spine back in line.
My knee pain has never come back.
That is bizarre.
I don't understand it.
Speaking of knee pain
Yes,
and speaking of chronic pain in general,
get ready for some. It's a new
So-
trading block, baby.
I slipped this morning coming down off the mountain,
Yeah,
and in classic fashion you always like grab the butt of your rifle to make sure that
course.
you break your elbow but not your gun.
Yes.
So I slipped and I ended up in this like pistol squat position, right? So like my left foot is under my ass, my knees all the way out over my toe, and I'm just like holding myself there. And I was like, oh, that's so weird. That didn't really hurt my knee, because that would have been like excruciating tendon pain in my knee usually. Then it made me think, I had knee pain for 2 years of my life, and then one day I just didn't have it anymore.
from the clan, you reckon?
From the clen, yeah.
Was you guys from jiu-jitsu? Loads of extra hip mobility, maybe?
Definitely, yeah. I think it's that, but it's also just more general range of motion in my knee.
Yeah.
Like more, like probably slightly more extension, way more flexion. Like I'm sitting with my ass on my heels a lot more often. Might be my heels off the ground, not a lot of load, maybe my back is bent, but just like sitting in that really deep squat more often definitely helps.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you'll squat with an actual lead up time and not
Yes.
trying to fit the whole squat into a very short period of time, you know.
Yeah. I looked at my training from last time and I think the squat cycle was 9 weeks.
You're about to get a big shock when you start
Yeah.
squatting again.
Oh, by God, am I what?
Yeah.
But sure, look.
You've a lot of assistance work to do so your back won't explode.
Yeah. My back is right on the teetering edge at the moment.
Is it?
Yeah.
From Dragon Deer?
Dragon deer, yeah. That's why I had the big coil of rope out the last day.
Yeah, that took so long.
So basically there's a thing you can do where you tie a rope onto something, put it around a post, and then drive a Jeep with the other end of the rope on it, and it'll pull that thing up to the top of the field it was in. But the problem was I had a brand new coil of rope, and I untied the ties, and it just went boom.
I nearly ran out of battery in my phone from watching TikToks with YouTube. I was sitting in the gym.
Isn't it tough for you?
Sitting in the chimney with the heater on.
I was up to my bollocks
Yeah.
in water and wet rope and mud and blood.
But the deer would have been dragged out in a fifth of the time.
And yeah, but that system needs to be put in place.
That's fair.
And it can't be done like before work some morning.
Yes.
So Sunday evening is grand because I'm only wasting your time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like if it had been somebody else we shoot with,
Yes.
I would have just been left there.
Dragging it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. No,
100%.
No, I was like 25% battery and it was like 10% battery by the time.
My God. Isn't it
was-
tough for you
it
sitting in the
was-
chimney with the heater on?
So it was the first time, great heater, but the first time we actually did some high chair hunting, you left after like a minute because you got bored. And I'd say
But also there's not about two of us being there.
2 minutes into it, I was like, this is fucking boring. No
Yeah,
wonder.
there's a reason we never do it.
It would have been great if 5 deer had walked out.
And that does happen,
Yeah, it does. But
to be fair.
doing the ones where you're just waiting is so boring.
Yeah.
And that wasn't a cold evening as well. It was only like 7 or 8 degrees.
I've been sat in high seats before and you're in there like 20 minutes or half an hour before it gets bright.
Mm-hmm.
and you're freezing,
Yes.
and you know you're there for the next 4 hours.
It is worth it if you knock something, but
It is worth it, yeah.
I like just walking around is it feels so proactive.
Yeah.
It feels like you're in control because you have so little control of everything else that happens.
I love the mountain.
Yeah.
Like I was on the mountain this morning, you could spot deer from long fair distances away, plan your approach. Still, you don't get them every time, but like it's nice. It feels nice. Where sometimes you're just walking waiting to bump into something.
The feeling you get when you bump into something is unbelievable.
That's the feeling.
I was lying in a ditch early this year, late last year, and something when they just walk out.
Just walked out.
I cannot describe the feeling. I know we always talk about hunting in these shit talks, but it dominates half of our year every year.
It dominates all of my brainwidth. Bandwidth.
I forget about hunting once the last day of February is ticked off. My brain just goes, zip, it puts into a zip bag. I put all away my gun skills, my butchering. The meat goes into the freezer for a couple of months, and then it gets aged, and I just forget about it until like mid-summer, and I'm like, oh, it's nearly that time again.
No, mine never goes away.
But
I just change caliber.
I just don't know. I don't know how we got onto this, but what's the plan for the next few months? You're just going to ramp up. You're going to familiarize yourself with training for a bit, is it?
Yeah. So at the moment, just going running. I'm going to start running, or I am running now. I'm going to do a few runs a week, just like 3Ks and 5Ks. Nice and solid. Bump-a-dum-ba-dum. And then midway through December, I'm going to start doing some squats. So I'm going to run RTA 2.0, then take a week off. Then I'm going to run RTA 2.0, then taper and peak my squat.
Your knees look really skinny all of a sudden.
Yeah, my legs have lost all muscle.
I suppose the starting point wasn't really high in that regard.
No, I've never had muscly legs.
No,
sometimes I get big legs.
No,
like my legs just get thick.
Just a lack of mass around the knee.
Oh, and the knee.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about specifically there.
Oh, the actual knee.
No,
I think what's happening here is I'm wearing the very thin tracksuit pants.
Mm-hmm.
My legs are cold now.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
These Decathlon are pretty
They're
warm.
great. They're Kipster, aren't they?
I think these are football training, so they're probably fairly well insulated.
Yeah. These are Gymshark, not lounge pants. What are they called? Gymshark.
Something.
Soccer training pants or something.
I don't know.
I really like these.
Mm-hmm.
I like the cut of them.
Yeah.
But they're a bit too thin.
This always happens is anytime I talk about being cold in the shed, someone goes, ha, try coming to wherever, and you're like, gosh, shut up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
But it's minus 15 degrees here.
It's cold. Like if it's
You'd
minus,
still be cold if it was 8 degrees in Ireland.
exactly. Like if it's 100% humidity and it's fucking 5 degrees in the shed and you're trying to train, it's still cold. Like,
Yeah.
Like a couple of weeks last year in a row, it was -4 most evenings.
Stop.
Everyone knows that's cold.
It's just unreasonable.
It's not like I'm in Lagos being like, oh, it's 20 degrees today. Like, give us a break.
I remember when he lived in Singapore, it got down to like 17 degrees one day.
Holy shit.
And on the radio on the way to school, they were like, get the chicken soup out.
No way.
Yeah.
What was the average temperature like?
Mid-20s and 80% humidity all the time.
Pretty disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Do you know like when you have crotch sweat after training, but it's like it's in there. It's wet.
Okay.
That's what the entire country is all the time. It's always sweaty. We knew people when we moved out there, Irish people who are expats as well, who used to wear 2 shirts to work because they knew that not sweating was not an option. But the first shirt used to soak up more of the sweat, and then the second shirt wouldn't look as sweaty. Like you're talking about Irish engineers, like
Yeah, what can they do? You know?
like they're going to sweat.
Yeah, I wonder is that some like evolutionary thing from living in Ireland? Is that some kind of selective breeding? What was
Maybe.
it? Why was it beneficial?
I think
Nothing is
Irish people
colder,
are just bigger as well. Like bigger people are warmer.
burlier.
Yeah,
People just don't appreciate how cold Ireland is or how cold it feels.
it's just because it's wet all the time.
But a lot of people come to Ireland. It's like we're on the latitude of the midway in Canada. People think we're kind of the same level.
Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah, like
No.
New York. Like
No.
we're halfway up Canada.
Think St. Petersburg.
The Arctic Circle isn't that far. Like it's not that far with us.
I know there's a lot of wetness talk going on today,
Yeah.
but it is the dampness really really puts a dampener on things.
It's when people come from other countries and they're like, why is it always so cold and damp? And I'm like, that's how it is.
That bees how it bees.
I love this country from May to August. Do you know when it's so densely green?
Yes.
You know, you drive down a back road.
Yeah.
And it's just, you just can't even see.
Yeah.
I don't know how there's 10 shades of green, but there's 10 shades of green. Everything is just...
Well, as Dustin the turkey said, there's 32 counties and 40 shades of green.
The foliage is just like you'd get lost in it. You know, there could be someone in there and you'd never know. Like,
never know.
That's what I love when the country's like that.
Makes shooting very hard.
This time of year it's not the coolest.
Some people struggle with if I wasn't shooting deer, it would be tough.
Some people get the depression from it.
Some people do. I wonder. So this is always a really good time of year for me because this is the rugby season. You'd be in the flow of the rugby season now.
Yeah.
And then now obviously I have deer shooting. I had deer shooting back then as well. But I wonder have I just ran away from SADS because, or like the seasonal depression that comes along with that, because it was always such an exciting time of year for me.
Possibly, yeah, things could fill it in.
Yeah.
A lot of people just spent time in the pubs up until 30 years ago, probably.
Up until last weekend.
25 years ago, probably.
Yeah,
People
they
just
really did.
went drinking.
Yeah.
Which is, I suppose...
It's a form of hibernating, like.
Kind of is, yeah.
You're just drinking and riding for the entire winter.
Yeah.
That's what people did. Some people still do that.
The riding or the drinking?
Both.
Yeah. It's a long winter in Ireland.
It is long.
The days get short. Like, it's not bright until 8 a.m. Dark at 5 and it'll get shorter.
It'll get way shorter, yeah.
There's another month of shortening.
Yeah.
And I know there's people in the north of Norway now in Sweden.
And that's very different, yeah.
Like, come to the north of Norway. Like, yeah, we can have it miserable too, lads. That's great, yeah.
It's terrible for everyone.
It's terrible for all of us. But the days you get like 8:30 to 4:30 eventually. Like, it's super short.
Yeah.
The big thing was, you know, when the clocks would go back and you'd be in college or work or something.
Yes.
And you just blink and the next day it's dark all the time.
All the time. I remember being in school and you'd arrive at school and it would be dark and you'd leave school and it would be dark.
Yeah.
Every hour of sunlight you were in school for.
Yeah.
How terrible is that?
There was a fella on Rogan. He's the 10X health fella. You know, he's fella fixed Dana White, basically.
Yes.
So he, kind of an interesting character. Very interesting. I agree with some of the stuff he says, but unfortunately a lot of his stuff made me raise some red flags for like a charlatan. One of the things was kind of the tone he talked. We kind of call it a little bit conspiracy.
Yeah.
But kind of really quick like this. And then we'd say things like methylated DNA. so everything is kind of like...
It's the intonation as well.
It's the intonation. Every sentence is
and
like...
I said, Joe,
you know,
they're
fruit.
not telling me the truth.
Vitamin C is in fruit. Get this. Vitamin C, fruit. Like, it's every sentence is like a revelation, you know? And I feel like he's been coached to talk like this, you know? Whereas,
every syllable's a prisoner that he's releasing, like.
Yeah, so would you kind of speed up a little bit? And then you're like, Joe. And I said to myself, is Big Pharma really
You know what
full
that
of
is?
dildos?
That's somebody who talks to themselves too much.
Yeah.
He's sitting in that hotel room looking in the mirror being like, and I said, Joe, I'm going to fix this problem today.
Yeah, but you know how much money he's making?
Is he?
He's selling a red
balling.
He's selling a red light thing, $123,000. I bought my red light thing for $200 as near infrared. It's about this size.
Yeah. And you sit on it.
Yeah, if you want. It's for the taint. He has a mat thing, some kind of grounding mat. And what else do they sell? They do some DNA methylation testing and test for some genes on your bloods for like $600 or something.
Yeah.
But I liked a lot of the things he talked about. It did ring true. But it's so interesting. How did I bring that up though? How did that come on?
Talking about quacks.
What was it, quacking?
Talking about seasonal depression.
Yeah, so he was the Dana basically came to him, had like really high blood pressure. Like we're talking like
Dana looked like a heart attack on legs.
Like 150 or 160 over like was it 90 or something like that. Really bad triglycerides, fasting blood glucose was terrible. But on blood pressure medications for like 10 years, a load of them. Cholesterol was super high, I think. Obviously body fat wasn't great. Although Dana's a big dude. Looks great now, to be fair.
Big boy, yeah.
But your man's shtick is basically that a lot of people essentially can't process certain vitamins. So there's a large chance that there's certain vitamins based on genetic mutations that you can't process things, you know. So at the moment, I'm doing another biochemistry performance, finally, which is on genes again. So any OG viewers will know I did one on the ACTN3 gene, and then I did one on gene doping. Now I'm doing on the genes of injury, basically. And so there's one gene for the CoL5A1. It basically
I know that one. That's
codes
a class
for
one, isn't it?
type 5 collagen, very low abundance collagen fiber. And basically, if you are a Caucasian male, you can have a polymorphism of this particular one. It's like RS1772, and your chances of getting soft tissue injury are about 60% higher. So the things he says, he's talking about an MTFR gene, where you can't methylate certain vitamins, and it can have a whole host of issues. Now, some things he talks about, I'm like, okay, I can kind of vibe with that, where he's talking about people aren't as sick as we think we are, and it's just a nutrient problem. We're not as precise as we should be, and I can get behind a lot of that.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
not everyone, we're not destined to have chronic diseases all the time, you know.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of people would agree with that. That's not a radical thing.
No, not at all.
But then when you're selling 123,000 red light therapy thing, you're like,
I just want to know what genetic mutation makes me get staph every second month.
There's probably one. But you know, I was telling you about this. So for the CoL5A1 gene, there's 1,838 nucleotides in that. And between 1 to 2 nucleotide change, which is less than 0.1% of that, can increase your chance of soft tissue injury by 60%.
Yeah, it's mad.
So it's almost, well, of course there is. There's certainly something that predisposes you to getting staph now. But why now? And you know, that's really weird. Let me finish my thought. Right now there. A lot of these things can potentially be age activated.
Yeah.
So this might never have been a problem until you hit 30, until a certain activation happened, certain factors compounded. Isn't that crazy?
Getting Lyme's disease definitely didn't help.
Lyme's disease isn't good for you.
Just resistance training for your body.
Your immune system. Give your immune system more clen and it'll be fine.
That's probably the problem.
The clen?
Is you've taken on my clen.
Oh, I thought you were going to say taking clen, but I was like, how could clen be the problem?
No, clen is the problem, is the question, and clen is the answer.
Clen is the cause of and the solution to all of life's problems. So yeah, the Lyme disease. But look forward to that one because they're pretty interesting.
I think people are on the edge of their seats.
People really like those ones.
I know
Alex
they do.
spends a lot of time editing those.
They're great videos.
Yeah, they take so much work.
You just automatically think I'm having a jab.
Of course I do.
Because
I would be
I
having a
kind
jab.
of am.
Because like when you talk about psychology, I know no one cares. Like,
No, there's like 5 people love those secret psychology videos.
you haven't done one in ages.
I haven't done one in ages, no.
Have you been thinking about any?
Sometimes an idea will come to me and then I'll ruminate on it for a while. And I kind of... So the big thing with a lot of this is something has to spur it on. So sometimes it's a question I have in my own head. It might be a question about like an area of research or something. Once I kind of answer the question, then there's a secondary appraisal process, which is like, will anyone actually want to hear about this?
Yeah. Usually we just make things we want to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. So there'll probably be one soon.
Wouldn't it be better if we were just charlatans?
But that's the thing. We'd sell so much stuff.
Yeah.
We really would.
Like wouldn't it be great?
Just to cut across you there.
Yeah. Okay. Do it. It's fine.
If we
cut
were
across you also.
more optimistic, right?
Yeah.
So like, we could be data optimists, nice, about anything to do with weightlifting and powerlifting, right? We could sell the squat jerk program. Tell everyone, we could do biomechanical analyses of the squat jerk, make our point that the squat jerk is more efficient.
Yeah.
Try and be the first people to have 1,000 people doing a squat jerk program.
Yes.
People are doing that now with supplements, with bodybuilding training, with all that shite, and they just ram it down people's throats, and people just sit there like a duck,
like Seek a Sleep, which is back in stock in about a week.
Back in stock in 1 week.
Yes.
But I wish we did that.
Yeah, like foie gras.
What?
Have you had foie gras?
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, where we talked about this recently, where the Liver King thing, you know, where it's like it feels so seedy because things are manufactured.
Yes. Were we talking about it though in the fact that Andrew Huberman always talks about athletic greens and he's actually on the board for the company?
I found that out.
Yeah.
Gregor from All Things Gym had an offer, a contract from them, and he was just giving out of them with them, and they were like, "Don't call this a greens drink. Cannot call this a greens drink. You can't say these. Don't say these words in
Right.
the ad or whatever." I haven't.
They've been around a long time. Like, I remember when my sister was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
My sister's nearly 40.
No way.
And definitely maybe when she was in school or maybe when she was in college,
AG.
it wasn't Athletic Greens. It was called it was something Greens. I don't think it was Athletic Greens. Very, very similar. I think that company was bought out by AG.
Wait, there was something before
There
that.
was.
That's ringing a bell.
Yeah. What's
Very
the
distant
name
bell.
of that?
Yeah, I'm open to.
Like here, supplementation with the vitamins and minerals you need is important. Most people should be doing it. My big issue is like somebody who's clearly ramming that down your throat.
I'm open to it being viable. I'm open
Yeah.
to a large cohort of them being thrown at you and you can assimilate them, but I'm waiting for someone to provide a good argument against it. What probably will happen in the next few years is there's likely to be a investigation or some kind of longitudinal studies on green supplements because they've been unbelievably popular in the last few years. Most supplement brands now have a green supplement, and like PhD have them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Optimum Nutrition have them. I'm sure Bulk has one. Yeah, there's a lot of them out there. Ghost have one. I actually tried the Ghost one for a little bit just to see.
Was it good?
No, it's terrible.
Did it taste terrible?
Tasted.
Yeah, I think it's got to be capsules.
Yeah,
I really think it does.
But it's impossible just to get them in capsules. You only be taking about 10 different capsules,
Oh, I tried to find the company before Athletic Greens, but I can't find it.
You'll never find it.
Bear Grylls
Yeah.
used to take those capsules. If I could
He
remember
used to drink his
that.
own piss as well, though, I mean.
Yeah, I
That's
had a lot
not
of time
fair.
for Bear Grylls.
That's not fair. A lot of he got slapped. He got slapped like Nickelback did with the early internet.
Sorry, Nickelback got an awful doing.
Burn It to the Ground is a great song.
Photograph is a great song.
Yes.
Great song.
What's their big one at Spider-Man again?
I don't know.
I'm waiting for someone to come along with powdered greens and just tear them to shreds. I would like to be that person, but I just don't really want to rag on them. 'cause
You would love to be that person.
I don't have enough requisite knowledge in the nutritional area.
All you would need is for a large scale meta-analysis to come out and you just
Actually, all I need is time to do it, really.
dig your teeth in.
I don't really... Obviously, I believe in supplements. I take loads of
Yeah.
effective ones, see the effective. We sell them. It's just the greens is a particular niche. Like, I actually want to make a video about that hard take where it's like supplements don't do anything. Creatine is the only supplement that works.
That's bizarre, yeah.
To me, that's... The way I think about that is, though, it's like, cool, get left behind.
Yeah.
Don't optimize
100%.
it. Don't make the best of it.
I think a lot of that sentiment comes down to people haven't optimized enough of their training.
Mm-hmm.
Things aren't going to go well. Like, if your programming is poor and your recovery is poor and you don't really treat training effectively, no matter what you take, it'll make no difference. Like, you could be taking stanozolol and test and you wouldn't really notice. Sorry, you wouldn't notice the difference.
Mm-hmm.
You could be taking great supplements, you wouldn't notice the difference. But it's only when other things are ironed out. And then, like, it's like taking Seek Sleep. If you take Seek Sleep and you're drinking 5 cups of coffee a day,
Yeah.
sleep schedule is incredibly erratic.
Mm-hmm.
You're on your phone for 2 hours before you go to bed. Seek Sleep will make a bit of a difference, but it's not going to transform your sleep,
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you have somebody who's making an effort to get to bed roughly around the same time, being some way aware of how sensitive they are to stimulants, and then being some way aware of how sensitive they are to environmental factors, suddenly you take a product like that and your sleep is way better. That's the equivalent for me in sports performance of people taking EAAs or taking citrine malate or something,
The thing with saying supplements don't work is you're saying food doesn't work. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Food, there's just nutritional supplementation and getting more specific amounts of those at specific times. What you're saying is you don't think food makes a difference to your training. That's what you're saying. And
Yeah.
that's not a false equivalence. Like, that is literally what you're saying. It's just coming in a slightly different form.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can make arguments with which forms are better, which is definitely viable, and there's definitely better ways of presenting particular nutrients, But the idea that supplements don't do anything is stupid. But
It's wrong.
But the way I think about it is like, okay, you don't have to take them. No, like,
Yeah.
Just don't bother.
Nobody's ramming, like, you're not the foie gras duck, like.
Yeah.
Nobody's ramming them down your throat.
Except if you've taken Clen.
Except, yeah, obviously.
That would make foie gras counterintuitive. You'd have to increase your calories so much for that duck to get fat if you're giving it a lot of Clen.
Yeah. Yeah, the foie gras Clen duck is a fickle web to weave. Do you like foie gras?
I thought you were going to say the way I like Clen. I've never had foie gras. I don't like the idea of it. I think it's disgusting.
Unlike Clen, I've never had foie gras.
You know, I feel very strongly about certain things.
Yes.
Like purebred dogs.
Yeah.
Foie gras.
Do you not like foie gras?
Hunting with dogs. I don't like any of those things.
Don't you?
No, I don't like the idea of foie gras.
The idea, yeah. You can get humane foie gras where they just leave a load of grain out and they don't ram it down their throats.
That's okay then.
That's
is
okay.
it though?
They just get fat.
Fat. Eating all breads and cakes, getting fat and
See,
sassy.
the thing is,
yeah.
that same duck is like how, you know, when you buy a thing of duck fat,
Yeah.
like that's where that duck fat comes from.
Oh,
as
is
well.
it?
Yeah, because the same way they make their livers get big and fat and juicy is they're overfeeding them, like they're giving them fatty liver disease.
But is anyone knows who's birds hunt, wild duck and domesticated duck do not taste the same.
No, they are not the same thing.
It's like chicken.
These two things
Turkey
are not the same.
Pheasant, wild duck are essentially the same. The only thing you can get lucky with is if their ducks are possibly eating grain from a grain field. The chance of that happening are really...
You need to be lucky enough where your duck that's wild is actually living on a farm. And then they taste great.
So the problem with that is that all grain crops, in Ireland at least, are on good land, which are generally very dry and are very far away from large bodies of water. So it's just so unlikely to happen.
Yeah. There is some good duck shooting on the bigger rivers where there's great arable land.
Can't shoot a lot of ducks now.
No. An awful shame.
Fucking greens. We have some of the worst environmentally...
They're just...
orientated.
Incapable. There's so many words I want to use.
They're so... the leader of the Green Party in Ireland is an absolute pest. He is revolting.
Yeah.
I thoroughly detest him.
Yeah, he's the little bit of dog shit that's on the bottom of your shoe. He is that to politics. Like.
Just to be clear, we are the most environmentally agreeable people.
Absolutely.
But our particular shade of climate-related individuals are so inept, so out of touch with most of the country that doesn't live in Dublin. It is incredible. They have done the environmental movement a massive disservice.
They actually have.
They have made it worse.
There's a massive amount, like the rural population in Ireland is quite large. Or there's a lot of people who have rural roots.
Yeah.
And they've really lost credibility for basically all greenies.
Yeah.
Like have lost credibility because of the ineptitude of that particular political party.
Villainization of farmers.
Yeah.
Villainization of wanting to not live in towns and cities.
Yeah.
Transport around towns and cities, like wanting to have your own transport. They've said things like everyone should just carpool.
Yes.
We should charge more for individual transport when it comes to cars.
Do you know?
Blocking the development of other roads that are certainly...
Blocking us building houses.
Houses as well is a massive one.
Yeah.
It's just so many things where increasing the price on fuel as well, which we've like some of the highest fuel taxes in the world, basically. More than half of is it more than half?
Way more than half, yeah.
It's like 75% go to taxes per litre of petrol or diesel, and they just like pushing for more, and it's like, how out of touch are you in doing cost of living prices? You know, how fucking stupid are you?
Yeah. No, it's bizarre. I think that there's a massive problem with that, and it's not what there's a saying like never contribute to malice what could be explained in ineptitude.
Yeah.
And I think there's just a lot of, like, they're pretty stupid people.
I thought you were going to say never put Clen to your foie gras duck. I thought was what the saying you were going to say.
No, I think you're dealing with, like, quite low IQ people, which is unfortunate, because you can't fix that.
Yeah, there's not much to vote for in Ireland, really, is there?
No.
But
it's great, though.
Are you going to start a Clen foie gras business? Or?
Yeah. We're...
Are you going to buzz cut the hair for the run? Go on, you have to.
I really want a buzz cut right now. Right now.
When
I want a buzz cut so hard.
When I grow my hair to the final length, I'm just going to get a buzz cut, I think.
Are you?
I was banned pre-wedding.
Where are you from a buzz cut?
I was just.
That's fair enough. That's absolutely fair because
I
they're
was given
her
a-
wedding photos that you were ruining.
I was given a time point where
Yes.
no buzz cuts would be done. So did I buzz cut the earlier this year?
No, you
Was it
buzz
last
cut
year?
it last year.
I've done it twice in the last 2 or 3 years.
You did it for the first time during COVID,
Yes.
during the lockdowns.
Well,
you did it.
first time in a long time, really.
Yeah.
It's not the first buzz.
No. I'm so just like the 1.5 on top and the 0 on the sides. I just loved it, but my hairline is not going to be good.
How's it doing now?
My hairline's not bad now, but when I'm training hard, it will not be good.
Some people are very conscious about your hairline.
Yeah,
You're not.
no. It
You
makes no difference to me. Most of the time I'm dealing with my hair, it's in an annoying way. It's either gone too long and it looks stupid,
Yeah.
or there's a tick in it, or I've gotten some mud in it and I have to wash it out.
Yeah.
Like my hair is a net. My hair's a hater. Like my hair is a, what do they call them? Like subtractor or something.
Sure. No, I don't know what you mean.
It's a negative for my life, but
You
less hair would be better for me.
You're lucky though, is that you being bald suits you, you know? Or short hair, buzz cut.
Yeah, except my missus hates it. And my mother does too. My mother thinks I look like a thug.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I do like.
Luckily, as a 30-year-old, you can
Yeah.
forget about at least what your mother thinks. But for
Yeah.
your missus is
It's unfortunate, but a fella's got to do what a fella's got to do.
yeah.
The big thing when you're training a lot is like a mop of hair and a load of sweat. Like particularly after jiu-jitsu or after running, you're wet for ages. And it's not nice.
Yeah.
And it smells
Yeah.
like buzz cut. You're just wah, 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 done.
Did you do one? You did one for the Portugal camp at the start of this year, didn't you?
Because remember, I had scarlet fever.
But why did
And
you
I had
buzz?
sores all over my head.
Oh,
Do you remember that?
I remember you having red
That was
velvet.
horrible.
Red velvet cake.
Cake disorder. I've been incredibly sick for this entire year.
I told you you had Lyme disease last year, and if you'd fucking listened to me, you'd be sorted
I
by
did
now.
the year before last. I had Lyme disease when I was trying to run a 5-minute mile and do a 500-pound squat.
Both
How
times.
mad is that?
I told you had
I'm
Lyme
just
disease.
too big and strong.
I told you I've never felt so vindicated.
You love that, don't you? That's your favorite thing in life is someone
Me.
telling you something, you disagreeing, and then you being proved wrong. All right.
No, I only
That's
care.
your favorite thing in life.
No. Let's be more specific.
There's your son, your wife and dogs,
Yeah,
and then there's you disagreeing with someone and you being proved right.
that's not right. It's disagreeing with you and proving me right.
Yes.
I don't care about other people, but I do enjoy proving you. But that case, like I got a Lyme disease test and it came back negative, and then I was like, you should also get a Lyme disease test done.
Yeah, which I did.
Why didn't you do
The
it?
doctor never gave me the results.
Never gave the results. Yeah, blame
Yeah.
the doctors. Yeah, you hate big pharma, is it?
I actually love Big Pharma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you do. You big cleaned up junkie.
I am,
You cleaned out junkie.
yeah. If I could be pushing Big Pharma on people, that's me.
Big clean.
Yeah. If I could just be vaccinated people who didn't even want to be vaccinated, oh yeah.
But buzz cutting will make you more aerodynamic for the run anyway.
Exactly. And I need all the help I can get. My weighing scales at home has been batteryless for the last 3 or 4 weeks. And it just crept into my head last night. I was like, what if I'm 104 kilos? I don't think I am.
On the lower estimate.
What if I'm only
What if you're-
104 kilos?
Yeah, imagine being 114 kilos.
I want to be 92. Between 90 and 92 for March.
I think. And move up a bit again? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's fair.
And then could have glow up if I need to.
Do you know the funny thing is, lads listening, just so you know, most women don't notice changes in your physique as much as you think. you
Not
do.
at all.
I can fluctuate 10 kilos and my wife will be like, your face looks different. I'm like, yeah, I'm 10 kilos lighter. And she's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't like it. You don't.
They
There's
do
like
not notice anything.
girls notice like brackets.
Yeah.
They'll notice like you're skinny, you're muscular, or you're fat.
But like the skinniest guy in the world could put on some muscle, be looking great, and his missus will never ever notice.
For the girls that listening, the growing percentage listen.
Yeah.
Lads don't really notice either any large scale changes.
No.
You only notice orders of magnitude.
I think lads notice.
I don't think they do. Orders of magnitude, I think. If it's your partner.
I think they notice.
But like, lads think they're going to get jacked and shredded, but have zero personality. and then think like that they're gonna just start
All
rolling.
these girls hate me.
Yeah, they don't. They do hate you.
Yeah.
They hate you because you're a loser.
Do you know what?
Ah, no, that's not fair.
During one of the training, are you calling me a loser? During one of the training vlogs last year, I was rowing in my sitting room
Yeah,
in the dark because it was nighttime and I had a towel over the thing.
and you're just thinking about getting neck tattoos.
And, and someone said, you think you're an Omega? He called me like an Omega or Sigma or something. And I looked it up and it was like incel. I was like, I could not be less of an incel.
No, you love.
Literally could not be less of an incel.
You love
I love
fraternizing with
large.
people.
I love large scale life.
You crave fraternizing. With,
Mingling.
yeah, mingling.
The street our office is on, our street behind our office,
Which
has
is-
been massive roadworks for the last 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
And the Cork County Council just dropped us in a little leaflet for, as the business owners, that there's a little soiree, free lunch or whatever, and then an evening, and the former Taoiseach, the former Prime Minister, is making a bit of a speech. Current Taoiseach. And I was like, Gerf, RSVP to that, we're definitely going. And Gerf just absolutely point blank refused. It's a networking opportunity.
Before I would mingle with the absolute
I
fucking
love it.
creatures that
I
would
love it.
attend that, for that networking opportunity, for those absolute pests, for those leeches that would attend those events.
No, I simply adore it.
Before I could look at that Taoiseach,